Today is the 17th of January 2020, and today we're going to talk about all things tarot cards and how do people actually read tarot cards. Where do they get the answers from, and how can they get answers for like a global scale of people where it's just open to enormous interpretation, and there's so many people that how do you read for a majority of them?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the difference between people reading tarot cards, intuitive readers, and actually psychic readers. So people who read tarot cards, obviously, it kind of confuses me how they can read tarot cards from a book without any guidance. That's the number one problem. Number two is when people do it intuitively or they feel like they're asking their guides. Guides are on different levels. So your guides will not know everything. Sometimes you'll channel a guide and they can't see, too far ahead. Or they're just new.
Limited information.
Yeah, they have limited information. They're new to the game, so to speak. And they can't give you all the answers. So sometimes those guides would actually be wrong. They're there for your emotional and well-being and that type of support. When you channel a angel, you call it, they're the ones with the divine knowledge. They're the ones that can see further ahead. They know more than we do. They're less emotionally involved in people and humans, so they can think more logically and they can guide you better because they're not emotionally invested. As human beings, we are emotional beings, and that's what gets us really clouded in the situation. So the best readings would be from angel spirits, direct psychic channeling. Now, that can be a grey area because you're channeling star signs. So you're channeling, for instance, a Taurus or Aquarius or a Pisces, Libra, Virgo, Aries, you name it. It's a large sum of people.
Millions of people.
So you're not going to get it right. You're not going to say, hey, there's a blanket policy, for this set of people. But there is a way to do it on an energy level. So you all have a similar energy. So you can read that energy. You can't read everyday things like, oh, your ex is going to return, or you're, going to get a new job.
You're going to get a text message.
Yes, or you get a text message. God knows how they do that. I can't even do that. Because I can't do that because people have free will. So even if I try to channel through a divine force for you right now, and you want to know if someone was going to text you, maybe it's a lover, or it's a love interest, they have free will at the end of the day. So they can choose to text you or not to text you. So it's a grey area. At the end of the day, everyone has free will. So narrowing things down to that level is very difficult. You can't control people. There's no divine puppetry here. You can't guess everything. You can't foresee every single thing. On a general energy level, you can read. So you can read someone's general energy. So if they're going through a traumatic time, you can read that energy, and you can read that it's going to be for, approximate period of time. You can read that. You can't say, oh, you're going to get over it in 3 to 6 days. You'll be fine. It doesn't happen. If you involve palmistry in it, then you can probably get more accurate timing. So if you use a few tools to read, so if you use tarot cards, you use your psychic ability by channeling a divine connection, you use palmistry, you'll have a clearer indication of what's going on. And that way you could narrow it down a bit more. But again, like I said, free will at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to do what they want to do. So when you see tarot card readers, what you have to be careful of is who you're channeling, who's in your house at the time. There is little forces running around, and you've got to be careful they're not influencing the cards as well, because they can influence the cards. You can have a nice friendly or unfriendly spirit in your house. I've noticed a lot of tarot card readers probably haven't watched their own videos, and there's a lot of how do I put this, spirits that do not have good intentions that are hanging around. Yeah, so this type of activity attracts the unknown. It attracts entities, and it's not usually the good ones, because they see this.
They see it as a way of communicating with you.
Yeah, you're opening this portal of communication, and they want to jump on board, so they can hijack your reading. You don't even know it. They hang around. Their energy is not great because they're not on a great level for starters, because they're coming to you because they want to communicate.
You could have low vibration.
Yeah, low vibration. So you have to be careful of that. And another thing with love readings, which is kind of really annoying me at the moment, everyone seems to be having a love interest coming and going, and it's all twin flames, soulmates. I'm going to discredit twin flames and soulmates here and now. Now, how it works is that you have a vibration level. So you have high vibration, you have low vibrations. So if you have your high vibration level, and you've raised everything, and you've sorted out your emotional issues and what's going on in your head and your life, and you feel like you're in a good place, then you're going to attract the right mates. If you're on a low vibration, then you're going to attract usually, the cheaters and the toxic relationships, the narcissists, the relationships that are just too hard. They involve work, they involve arguments, and it's petty and it's time consuming, and it's
waste of energy.
It's a waste of energy, because it is low energy, and you're absorbing that low energy. You take it on board, and then it starts to affect your life and your life path. You raise that vibration, then you're not going to attract these not bad, but these low energies. And they're low because they need to go through their life lessons, they need to sort things out. So you don't really want to associate with those type of people.
And when you have raised your energy, they won't be hanging around you.
Exactly. Once you raise your vibrations, these people won't want to hang around you. They just don't. They're not attracted to you. Some might try to come back and have a dig at you because they're trying to feed off your energy. Because everything in this universe is energy based.
Because they can't get their vibrations up that high to meet your standards.
Yeah, so they can't handle the energy. So they just get repelled from the energy. So they can't stay around you for too long. So if you actually raise your vibration, you'll find people, those toxic people at work, they won't be able to hang around you for too long.
Yeah, they'll avoid you.
So to raise this vibration, you need to sort your emotions out, and that's a really hard thing to do. It's a very it's a very
it's a long road.
Yeah, it's a very dark journey. And actually taking accountability for your actions and what you've done in your life. And that doesn't mean sitting here and complaining about, oh, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. You accept what you've done, you make amends, you deal with your emotions, and you deal with your head, and you get yourself in the right frame of mind.
And the biggest thing is letting go of baggage.
Exactly. You've got to rid your life of toxic people. So you might be a great person who's helping all these people around you, but you're like the octopus. You've got all these arms out and you're helping everybody, but you're not helping them because they're not learning their lessons. So every time that you help someone up, they're not learning their lessons. They're not taking that initiative to take a step forward and fix their own problems. So it's not saying cutting people off completely, but you are not helping their journey in life.
Don't attach cords.
Yeah. And drama with family, you don't need to take that on board. Just because they raised you, just because they're blood, you can have that healthy separation. And when you establish those boundaries, you have a healthy separation and you're not taking on that energy. It's not flowing onto you. It's not affecting your life.
And also, it's okay to have your own beliefs.
Yeah, you don't have to be locked down with belief systems. And this is a big problem with moving forward and finding that spiritual awakening, because you're locked down with these moral beliefs or these religious beliefs or these beliefs in society or whatever you're brought up with, and sometimes it may not serve your purpose. So it's okay to think outside the square and evolve as a human being, not being stuck in this mindset of I can't change because this is what I believe and this is the right way to do things and blah blah blah. And I wouldn't be wasting time on relationships where it is toxic. You've got this give and take and it's not 50-50.
And we shouldn't take as much work as they do.
Yeah,
it
it
shouldn't
shouldn't be
it should be
taking
hard work.
it shouldn't be taking all this time and effort. It should be a balance.
It
So
should just flow.
if you've got the right person on the right energy, you should actually feel it. It should be a nice flow, give and take of energy, not, oh my God, I don't want to go home because that person's there, or oh, they're texting me drama.
And you wanted someone you can grow with.
Yeah, that person should help you grow. You should be able to learn something from them, and they should learn from you. So it should be a nice, clear life path together, not a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, especially if you're putting too much energy and not receiving it back.
Yeah, and you've got to be careful of narcissists. Now, narcissists are another level. They are very low energy people. Let's just say they're coming back a few times in the next few lifetimes, maybe more. They're very low energy people. They're just in a state of like a dark place, isn't it? It's a very dark place. And you definitely want to distance yourself from these people. They will see anybody that has energy to spare, so to speak, and they will attack.
They're basically a predator.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't clear them out because they still have, the free will to
And they're here to learn their lessons like everybody else.
Yeah, they're here to learn lessons. And you can't fix them. Do not think you can fix them. That's it. Move on. Stay away from them. Move on. A lot of people have kids to these people because they think they're great, but you just got to move on. Just distance yourself and move on from these energies. They're low energies and they will fixate on a high energy and just suck you dry.
And they have a lot of personas.
Yeah, it's like 50 personalities in one. So be careful of that. They'll come across as a nice person, but they really aren't. If you start getting in tune with energies, you'll start to feel what's right and what's wrong with people, and you'll stay away. Another big problem is shopping centres. Have you ever gone to a shopping centre and felt so drained when you got home? It's not because you've been shopping all day. It's because you've got a one-stop shop of energies. All those energies under one. So you've got low, medium, high, all under one roof. And that is an immensely draining journey just to walk through a shopping centre. I try to avoid it as much as possible. Unless you know how to protect yourself well, it's still considerably draining. You do have to be careful when you go there. I wouldn't be going on a big shopping days. I'd be avoiding that as much as possible. It's just not worth it. You've got all these people on different journeys, and someone feeling depressed or anxious, you've got all that energy hanging around them, and you walk past them, you absorb that into your aura, and then here we go. Things start going wrong in your life. You start stubbing your toe. You have someone following your car too close, or you have that unexpected bill out of the middle of nowhere. It just starts as little things and then accumulates because you've got to start clearing your energy field. Smudge yourself, get some crystals, obsidian, tiger's eye, tourmaline. Those are the great ones. All the black crystals, fantastic. They're the ones that help you clear negativity. I would be carrying those around.
Even just a couple of minutes out of your day just to meditate and clear your thoughts.
Yeah, meditation, and also get some sunlight. Sunlight clears crystals, it'll clear you too. So get a little bit of sunlight, not to the point where you're burnt. Sunlight's really great for crystals too, re-energizing them. Moonlight is, but you really need to feel your crystals out. If they're not getting that charge, it might need sunlight as opposed to moonlight. And yes, the full moon, I'm afraid that does wreak havoc on energies. It does seem to send like a shockwave, maybe because it's just the energy's too high, but yeah, it does kind of send people on a...
The fact that it's magnetic and that we are mostly made of water does affect us.
Yeah, as human beings we are. And we also have to be careful of things happening way out in the universe we have no idea of, because that puts an impact on our energy levels, because we are energy beings at the end of the day.
Planet shifts.
Yeah, planet shifts, everything affects us, and we're here to evolve. These bodies are just vessels, so we're just here to evolve. And I wouldn't be too worried about what happens after death.
But also, being a vessel, you still got to maintain that vessel.
Yeah, you still have to look after yourself.
You still got to look after yourself.
We're not invincible, no. We are human beings, and we do have to look after ourselves. Everybody does.
And also, getting back onto that relationships is training yourself to see red flags.
Yeah.
Is just knowing the signs. If something doesn't feel right, is picking up on that.
Yeah.
Most people just let it go. That's the problem. We
Yeah.
end up in these relationships that are really bad. It's not seeing the red flags.
Yeah, you got to really get your intuition in line here, because there will be signs. There's signs everywhere.
Right. It doesn't feel right. It's not right.
Yeah, take a step back and reevaluate the situation. You'll probably see things a little bit clearer, and that's what you need to do. But yeah, there's always signs. It's a universal thing.
But they're easily looked over. They're easily passed by, and you don't realise it until when you come to an end of a relationship. There were so many red flags you didn't realise.
Sometimes you'll get that, what people call a gut feeling. Now, that's your intuition kicking in, and people don't listen to it. So you might go to a job interview. You ran late for the job interview. That's universal sign number 1. 2, you went in there, you had a great interview, but you just weren't that enthused with it. Universal sign number 2, just not the job for you. It's a great job, great money, great benefits. Just not the job for you. It's not what you need. The universe always gives you what you need, not what you want. You want a fancy car, great house, family, kids. The universe might think you need to go travel a bit, open your mind, or see the sights and live a little. That may be your path. So you just got to keep an eye out for the signs and listen to your intuition more, because
take more time out for yourself.
Yeah, we're still independent beings, so we need to stop and recharge, and we need to shut down sometimes and realign that spiritual connection, because you need to do that alone. You can't do that with another person right beside you. Even if it's just having a separate alone time, a day or a few hours, just to ensure that your thoughts are your own and they're not conflicted with other people's opinions.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And also, for all the water signs out there, you have strong intuition, but most of you don't use it.
Well, a lot of the signs do, but yeah, they don't use it. There's some that are more in line with others, and they have really great intuition. But again, it's just been unharnessed. I think if people stopped, and that's another thing too, if you stop being obsessed with tarot card reading is meant for a guide only. It's not meant to guide you through every day or every month or dictate what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
It's just seen as a tool.
It's just a tool, that is it.
Can't live your life by it.
Yeah, do not live your life by it. Do not get on to YouTube and see what your partner's doing or you're supposed to be doing, because you can railroad your life a little bit. Well, actually, considerably.
You can't listen to these card readers and then sit home and expect this stuff's going to happen to you, because it's not.
Yeah, you've actually got to get your ass out there, and you've got to make some change in your life, and you've actually got to take the steps to do it. You can't expect things to land in your lap.
It doesn't come to your door.
It's not going to happen. It's just not the way it is. And if you're in a toxic relationship and it is going south, it is breaking down, then it's breaking down for a reason. Could be you, it could be them, but then it's not your time. Everything's on a divine timeline. And you might be with someone when you're 20 and then you re-meet up with them when you're 40. You know, maybe you both had to grow and you had to learn. And then it's a successful relationship down the track. There's a divine timing for everything. And some things are just never meant to be, and some things are. So do not live your life by tarot cards, and don't live your life by psychics either, because at the end of the day you have free will, but you need to tune into your soul and who you are. So it's like tuning into your own channel, and you need to find out how to drive your vehicle, which is your soul, and through this lifetime.
And the future's always changing, so it's not set in stone.
Exactly, and
The past is, but the future's not.
we have so many opportunities. We have so many paths we can take, and it's never just one. It's never going to be definite for sure. I mean, I can sit here and read for someone and I can see a great outlook of what they should do and, you know, the partner they should be with. But then they might do something next week and that affects that.
And just general life gets in the way. Things in life get in the way.
They might meet someone else and then get that person pregnant, and then they're in a relationship that way. That's just the path they're taking. So nothing's ever set in stone because of free will. But it is a general guide, so sometimes you might be feeling awful and you don't think there's a way out of it, but there is a way out. So a psychic can help you. It's like a, what do you call those? Life coaches. It's like a life coach, but with a divine knowledge that can help you through a situation. So call them as life coaches, and that's what it should be. There's no way that any person should be guiding you from A to B, because it's like giving you the answers to your life. There's no way that you're allowed to do that, ever.
I mean, you also go in there confused and come out even more confused after it's done.
Yeah, it's just the general rules of the universe. We can't give you all the answers, we're not allowed to. We can give you possibilities, but we're not supposed to be giving you the answers. We're not supposed to say, hey, have a kid now, or, oh, hey, go take that job over in another country. That is your choice at the end of the day. It is not our role. I would not want to reap the karmic backlash from that one. There's no way.
But everyone wants to know is about relationships. That's all they really have on their mind.
Yeah, and it's not all about relationships because you come into this life alone and you're going
go
to leave
alone.
it alone. So remember that. It's nice having someone as a partner, it's nice having children, it's nice having family around, but just remember this journey is internally solo.
Yeah, you're not on a double path, a twin path. You're on your own path.
Yeah, and that's why you
You're
shouldn't
not on
really.
your partner's path.
Yeah, you can't control your partner's life either. You can't say, oh, I've got a job over in a different city, so you have to move with me. That's affecting their life path as well.
And giving them more lessons.
Yeah, so there's going to be more repercussions that way and it just gets messier and messier. You individuals, you have that path, two paths, but you can unite as one path, but you can't overtake that path. You can't absorb your partner's path.
Because it's a form of entrapment as well.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it there for now because I've still got the flu and I'm coughing really bad. I will check back in with the signs tomorrow and see how we go. Good luck.